are.
All right, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of God is Laughing at Us, the podcast. I am Anthony Heath II, and guess who's here?
Jessica He, period. The one, not the two.
Guess the one, not the two,
Not the two.
or whatever numbers come after that. Whatever came before one is none, because there ain't nothing before one.
Per.
But but yeah, it's been a while since I've had my amazing wife share the camera with me or the microphone, however y'all listening to this. Some of y'all listening to this, some of y'all watching this, some of y'all doing both, or however that works out. But whatever y'all doing, just thank y'all for continuing to rock with us. And thank you, Jessica, for pulling up.
Of course, anything for you.
Don't say that. Well, you can't say that, but
Anything for you. Unless it goes against,
well, I ain't
but
gonna
anything
be,
for you.
yeah, I ain't gonna be asking for nothing that crazy.
I know. So yeah, anything for you.
But since it's been a minute since you graced the pod with your presence and everything,
hmm
I mean, I know what's going on with you, and you ain't got to go into all the details, but what's going on with you, babe?
Um, that's a interesting question. I feel like it is a lot going on with me.
So, well, go. You can. This question is as deep or shallow as you want it to be.
Because I'm like, in terms of like what, just life.
Just life.
Um, well, the time that we're recording this, it's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day, so
So
happy Mother's Day. Even though y'all gonna hear this way after, but happy Mother's Day, baby.
thank you. Still in my church clothes. I'm just chilling for the rest of the night, but it was a great time at church. As far as what's going on with me, I have been very much more active in my social media, that's for sure. Just sharing my day-to-day life. Not that it's like super interesting, and there's a vast difference. I've just been feeling led to just share more of me because I was
Mhm.
so big in social media years prior, even before I met him. And then when I met you, things kind of slowed down because my life took a big transition. So the past few weeks, I've just been getting back to being more active and just
Mhm.
filming my day-to-day life on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So
All the socials.
all the socials.
Official Just Michelle. Is that underscore in there?
It is an underscore, and it's different because it's different, than Facebook and
Uh,
TikTok. So Instagram is official underscore just Michelle, or you have his information. I'm tagged on his page. You can easily find me.
w- and
Easily.
whichever page you need to find me or her,
You gonna
like
see
where,
me?
pull up, like wherever I'm at, she be.
Pure.
Unless we go out of town for some reason and we not going to the same place.
Yeah,
But that's rare.
that's so rare.
And even if he's not physically with me, you gonna see her.
The only place I'm not is behind the counter, but I'm everywhere else.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm a pharmacist.
Yeah.
We have to give context. Cause behind the counter, like what that mean?
Right? Yeah, my man a pharmacist. Purr.
Yeah, but you already know how that is.
I
It's
know.
like, yeah, it's like that's so down. That's so far down the list of descriptors for me, at least in my mind.
No, I understand.
It's what I do, so I can afford our life,
Yes, you can, and you do that very well.
and that's the only reason I go there. If I didn't need that to afford our life, I wouldn't be there.
No, look, trust me, I get it. I used to, you gotta do what you gotta do. I would not be where
Mm,
I'm at if things were differently.
yeah, but it's like it's interesting, just like even just talking about um like different transitions, like talking about the things that like God has done,
Yeah.
or even the things that God has kind of put in you and help you realize that it's like how like you choose something at one point in your life, and then as you get in deeper and deeper and you experience different things and whatnot, you start to realize that it's like the things that were or the things that once served you or the things that once made sense, you realize that I probably wasn't supposed to do this.
Yeah, because if you wanna be real, I mean, I don't know how into my story you want to get, but, when I mentioned I used to do social media years prior, I blew up in 2020. Specifically, it started on TikTok because I was doing the dance trends. I was just doing all the worldly things, like, anything that was going on, I was doing it, and it got to a point to where the Lord arrested me, and I took a big step back and stuff just wasn't hitting like it used to hit. So what originally blew me up on social media, now, long story short, I'm posting more consistently. Even when I wasn't posting, my following is consistently dropping, like slowly, but it's been steadily dropping because the reason why I have all of those followers was originally from 2020 and I'm nowhere near that same person.
Mhm.
So they're like, "Okay, I don't wanna follow her no more." That's fine because it's making room for my people, the people who are meant for me, the people who will celebrate and support where I'm at now, who
Right.
I'm growing into.
Yeah, and the people that stick around is the people that need that guide place to see how you grow, how you move, all of the different things that you're doing. Like it's super important that you don't focus so much on the people who left.
No.
Yeah, because like like pretty much it's like there's people who are still there for whatever reason they still there, even if you some of them are like me that it takes a lot for me to click the unfollow button.
Mhm.
Like, that's just, like, energy I don't feel like expending unless I look at it and I actively realize that, "Okay, this doesn't serve me at all."
No, that's real.
But then, also, it's like you said, it's like there's a lot of people coming.
Mhm.
But so it's like, so be prepared for those who are coming, whether it's the people that's, interested in where you eating, interested in where you walking,
Mhm.
interested in your workout,
Mm.
interested in, what how you put your fit together, your hair together.
Or what I got to say.
Yeah, or
He's
absolutely.
actually moving me to do more talking videos.
Yes.
But you wanna talk about ha-ha. Ain't no ha-ha towards me, it's ha-ha towards the enemy because the enemy thought he had me. Because when
Mm,
I blew up, he thought because I was idolizing that lifestyle of an influencer and these deals and this money and doing all of this stuff, and people might look at, "Oh, she fell off, she's falling off," and I'm like, "No, that's a blessing from God." He
yeah,
took me out of that. He snatched me out to take a break, take a pause,
mhm,
to reset. He didn't allow me to continue because I coulda had the fame, I coulda kept going in that direction, and it would've been the wrong direction. So I'm grateful, I'm humbled, and I'm grateful that God snatched me out.
mhm.
My followers are going down, engagement's not hitting. He had to snatch me out, bring me back to myself and to reality,
Yeah, to
reset me.
'cause could you imagine, just thinking about, like, Paul like, it's not the same thing, but, like, how quickly Paul went from, like, chopping heads off to, like, putting the crowns back on.
Complete 180.
But in our society today, it would probably be really hard for somebody to do that with that fast of a turnaround.
Mhm,
So it is but and not to say that God could not like set people's hearts for that rapid turnaround,
mhm,
but it is a blessing at the same time for you to have allowed your growth, allowed your maturation, allowed your devotion, allowed your marriage, all of these different things to just kind of grow and flourish away
mhm.
from being in front of the camera. And it's not like you just completely went away from it.
Mm-mm.
It's just that like pretty much it was just more selective in terms of frequency
Yeah.
and like and it was like really you just had to really feel compelled to do something as opposed to like and not to say that you're putting stuff out that you're not interested in or that you're not compelled to do.
Yeah.
It was just like step by step, step by step, step by step.
Yeah.
And whereas now it's like, like the stuff that you're putting out, you're doing it more frequently, but it's like, you know yourself better.
Much better.
Like, you have a firmer grip and handle on who you are versus who you were in 2020 or whatever. Like, there's things that you've been able to heal from. There's things that's been revealed to you that you've handled a lot better than most would
Mm,
in that time span. So when you put all of those things together, it's like there's aspects of your story that we don't know what platforms they're going to hit on.
mhm,
We don't know whether it's for an audience of 2 or it's for an audience of 2,000,000.
mhm,
But whatever the case may be, like, there's just things that have been, like, unlocked in you, but there's also things that God has locked away in you.
mhm.
So it's, like, just an amazing thing to just kinda see how you've, like, taken these steps
Yeah.
to, like, really make it do what it do.
Yeah. You really see me. I appreciate how much you see me, because the Lord has given me several, dreams and visions about following and, like, engagement and influence and things like that. So, like, for a season, he allowed me to get a taste of that life, to experience the negative comments, how I react. Some tests I have passed, other tests I have failed, but that's okay. But like you said, there are also a lot of things locked in me. And when that comes back around, I believe I'll have even more influence and engagement for who I am growing into than what I was. But this time it will be for God's glory. And it's like, you
Mhm.
think the enemy can bless? Absolutely not. Not how
Mm,
God is about to bless.
right. 'Cause there's things that the enemy may have available and at his disposal, but it's really just like a far cry and a really like imitation
Hmm.
that pretty much is like you go into the crab boil looking for a crab, and the best thing that the enemy got is crab with a K.
Imitation crab.
Like if you soak it in enough liquid, it almost feels like it has the same texture as real crab.
Almost.
Almost,
Counterfeit crab,
but
AKA counterfeit.
right.
But another thing too, like, it's obedience, but I also enjoy social media and content creation. So even when I blew up in 2020, I wasn't trying to blow up. Like, I just enjoyed, 2020 we was all locked down, all stuck in the house, like everybody was on TikTok. I
I
was just
was
posting I was just posting every day just for the fun of it. I didn't care to blow up. I had fun, and I still feel the same way about social media. I like making content. Even if I only get 2 likes, I don't care. I enjoy making content.
mm,
If I get one encouraging message, which I usually do at least once a week, once every that's enough for me. Like,
yeah,
if I blow up, great. If not, great. But I really enjoy what I'm doing. It's whatever.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's really the thing that's how you know that there's like deeper level of purpose behind what you're doing because you're not doing it for the who's watching.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it's like, but you know that like when there is someone watching, it's like you carry it out with a level of like not just excellence, but just a level of desire and a level of intentionality that kind of says that I am really interested in like whoever this reach.
Yeah.
That pretty because obviously, because we can say that, "Oh, I'm doing this for me," which to a degree is true.
Yeah, I do have some enjoyment in it.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's like, if it's something that we're just like that is solely for me, we're not turning on the camera for that.
Yeah, our gifts are never just for us.
So it's really amazing that you even have that recognition or that there's still people connecting to it. That that all of the things that you do, that like whether it's like the book you wrote, whether it's like your small groups and the different things that you have led and people that you come into contact with, like there's impact being made, and it's not, it's a blessing that you're not focused on the number
Yeah, it's a
because
blessing.
because because focusing on like whatever objective measurement we could find will drive us crazy.
No, for real. Like, my success is not based on people. And then when you look at like, no offense to everybody with a lot of following, this does not apply to everybody, but when you look on social media, a lot of people with huge followings and you see their content, like, you're like, "Really?" Like, I'm not pressed for people because apparently this is what people like, and that's beneath me. Like, I'm humble, but you know what I'm saying? In terms of holy righteousness, like, that's beneath me. If this what y'all like, go for it. I'm not pressing for y'all,
Mhm.
and I'm not about you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm good.
Right, and it's like because we're supposed to imitate Christ.
Exactly, I'm good.
So, like, I'm not going to, like, lower my standard, like, or in the case of whatever you do, like, I'm not gonna produce stuff that I wouldn't be interested in
Yeah,
just for the sake of getting a couple clicks.
exactly, like, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, because it's like, because it's all good, but it's like, but then when you get to a point of that of having to maintain that, it it feels harder. It feels more fruitless. And I can imagine that's like a large part of why you had to step away. I mean, obviously, there's like you got married, you
That's good.
had those things come along, but it was like also like you realize that I am not the same person I was that was
It felt
renegade and what
all that.
savage and whatever all the other songs were like.
Like, it was pressure, like, it felt like a force to try to keep up, and I couldn't. I don't know how to be fake. I just don't. My dad used to say, "You need to learn how to, sometimes you gotta fake it." Like, I don't know how to fake. I'm sorry.
No, and you shouldn't.
Like,
It's like
at the time, years ago when he said that, I was like, "If I don't like you, I'm not smiling."
mhm,
Now let's smile because I have the love of the Lord.
right. It's like
I don't hold offense, but I was like,
right, there's a level of, like, cordialness that or whatever that you can maintain, but it's like there's no reason to, like, just be outwardly fake. It's like,
yeah.
pretty much, I'm not going to maintain and hold a whole conversation with you, that, but I will be warm. I won't be closed and closed off or anything like that, but I will keep it short.
Right? Because the Bible talks about how money is unreliable and people are fickle. So it's really
Mhm.
that simple.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So let's see what don't do that.
No, so like you saw my page. Would you follow? Would you follow? Like who I am now.
You
You
asking me?
saw my page.
You asking me if I will
Follow.
follow?
Would you be
It
like, oh, okay, keep scrolling?
no, I would. No, I absolutely would because it's like you're and I'm not just saying this because I'm your husband or
Yeah.
anything like that. But no, like the stuff that you post is stuff that I would be interested in. Like, I like food and all of that type of stuff. Like, now I'll be real, there's probably there will probably be aspects that I'm like, for instance, like, if it's one of your gym posts, I might have to keep scrolling because if I ain't know you
Right. You're like, "Mm."
if I ain't know you, I'll linger and and I'll start looking at stuff I'm not the in a way I'm not supposed to, probably.
Oh yeah, yeah. Would you slid in my?
I'm not listen. Yes,
I'm sorry.
look, I mean, let's put it this, it's like I slid in your DMs.
Not that kind of podcast.
It look, like, it is,
Jesus, we use Instagram if it came to
yeah, no,
I ain't
absolutely, but
saying nothing crazy.
no, of course not, and this thing is like, if I did slide in your DMs, I would keep it respectful.
Yeah.
It's like, if whatever the case may be, I would keep it respectful. It's like, remember, like, after our first real life
Yeah.
conversation,
Right.
yeah, I mean, but this was after we had a
After.
real conversation, and I kinda walked away, and I'm like, I didn't get her number. I didn't even think to ask for her number. I was kinda busy being a dad. So I'm like,
Somebody daddy. Oh, I'm sorry.
tell the truth, and shame the devil. But, no, but yeah, like, after our first real conversation and everything like that, like, the moment I didn't even get her number because I was, like, so focused and locked in on whatever my kids were doing and whatnot that I just didn't, and then, of course, went it went down when, our youngest daughter, like, she just kind of, like, out of nowhere, she tripped and fell or something along that line or whatever happened, and then I was kinda like, "Okay." She was already getting kinda irritated, but now it's time to go. But next day, I'm like, "I appreciate you sharing your crepe with me, dot, dot, dot."
I had already looked through your page, but I ain't follow you because I didn't wanna be like that person, you know
You
me.
don't wanna be that person. I don't know what that means. Like, people follow each other on social media all the time.
I do.
Yeah, we be overthinking stuff.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, I'm gonna say our relationship and eventual continuing marriage started off of DM, but it was the vehicle that was available to me
Mhm.
after I didn't get her number the day before. Now, had I gotten her number, I probably would have in turn had to like play it super cool. I'm like, okay, what's the appropriate time to
You
to
gotta
reach
start
out?
thinking it.
Right? Yeah, but I mean, but the honest truth is, it's like I would have overthought. I'm like, okay, do I wait a couple days? And then I'm like, whatever. It's just like whatever. Like I'm going to just like I'm going to do this while it's fresh.
Like, okay, we talked on Sunday in person. I'm not gonna text her Monday. Imma give her, like, a day to kinda, like, reflect on, like, how dope I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm blessed for life. So Imma hit her up on Tuesday, cause then she'll be, like, prepped and, ready. She been, like, thinking about me and stuff like that, so boom, like, 2 days.
Yeah. And to anybody who thinks like that, don't, because you will because if some of y'all are anything like
Ooh, that's
th
his phone,
that's my
y'all.
phone, oops. But if y'all anything like me, I move on from things very quickly. So, honestly, it's like especially with her, like, once I realized that I was interested, I'm like, "Let me not give myself an opportunity to move on."
No, I feel that.
Let me not give myself a chance to think too hard about this or to be in a place where I'm like, if I if I let this linger, Imma move like, Imma just like, "You know what? I kinda enjoy being single right now." But look, that's a whole separate conversation. I'm gonna go all the way down the, rabbit hole with that.
I know, 'cause I feel like we talked about it the last time I was on. I
Or
don't remember.
yeah, you've been on a couple times, so I feel like
I feel
we
like we
we
did, yeah.
yeah, so we don't have to rehash that all the way. But if we tell a story that we didn't told before,
Definitely go back and watch that if you want the full story.
and if we go back and rewatch it and realize that we ain't tell the whole story, then we'll just eventually tell the story, but, not
Yeah,
tonight.
let us know and then we'll tell
Yeah,
it.
yeah, let us know. Or wait for the 14 chapter novel, but it would be a novel because that's fiction, but
Right.
the Anthony and Jessica memoir or, like, How We Do Marriage.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that because I'm doing this podcast, so I don't have to write, to be honest with you.
He just came clean on air. He just buttoned
Well,
it on air.
but what I mean by that is just that this podcast is helping me find my voice. And, until I find that level that I can write, because there's a whole because look, when you see this guy that's laughing at us thing, that look, God gave it to me as a book title.
Mhm. So
It
it's a book coming.
I don't know why I say stuff on camera because now it's just out there.
It's
It
okay
and it's published. It's just there for consumption for all the people who want to.
to hold you accountable.
Yep.
Shoot, hold me accountable. I get it.
But yeah, I wonder how much. It's funny because like, the thing that kinda led us to, just doing this together tonight, it really is just that because we've just been finding ourselves having the most deep conversations, and not just deep in that, like, you know, like, I say grand rising and drink, moon water type of thing, but deep in just like there's, like, just levels that we're continuing to uncover in our relationship, especially just considering that, um, like lately, like there's been challenges on our time. So there's areas that we've been really good about being intentional
Mhm,
and whatnot. And obviously there's been challenges to our intentionality as well.
mhm.
But even with those challenges and even with those things, I think that it's like we've always been able to find time that is like that we are able to continue to have the best conversations.
Yeah.
And it's so and it's so weird because it's like I couldn't tell you why, what prompted it, but we just watched a random season of Married at First Sight, and I think from, like, not the most recent one, but maybe
Yeah, Chicago,
what
season 18.
so, yeah, season 18, I forgot it was season 18. So it's like I'm not about to give you a whole spiel about it, but it was just, like, one of those very interesting things, right, that, that when we're watching it, we just kinda peeped that it's like, no wonder no wonder these people be getting put together and it ain't working, it ain't right. Because what they say, it was, like, some of the things that they look at when they're matching
So
people.
yeah, the biggest thing they say is they go pretty much based on the person. Not, I mean, obviously they fill out a form and they match people based on what they say, but the biggest thing is it's based on what they say. So for example, one of the experts were like, if you prefer this race, but you're open to this race, we're not gonna play with that. We're gonna stick to what you prefer. So it's based on what they say, like pretty much their own. So I'm like, "You're experts, but you're."
It's because let's think about how many times in life we've encountered things and it's like, "This is what I want."
Yeah,
How many things have we prayed about and we've been insisting on, like, "Lord, this is what I want."
that's so real.
But then when we really
When you get it,
but when we get it, it's like either it's like, "This isn't fulfilling,"
maybe.
or when God gives us the complete opposite, you're just like, "This is so good, I don't even care about the other thing anymore."
Right.
That and then there's so many just different things because even thinking about when you think about all of that, you think about how, like, Jesus showed up. Like, Jesus showed up as the complete opposite as what many people expected him to be,
Mhm.
but it was everything that we needed.
Mhm. That's true.
So when you look at that in the lens of a relationship, it's kind of like, so I'm matching you based off what you said you want. That
Your list, your
right,
husband list, your wife
right.
list.
And how many of us have written a list? Ladies, I'm really talking to y'all right now. No shade. But how many of us have written a full list? Like, and like checked that thing, like looked at it twice, looked at it upside down, like add it to the list because you barely take away from the list. Like, you're like, "Ooh, I like that too. Ooh, I want some more of that." Like, and you just end up with, and then your list is like 80% superficial, maybe 3% substance, and the rest of it's kind of toxic, but you ain't going to admit that. But
Yeah, yeah, I don't relate to that. My list is actually very
okay, well, you are an anomaly, and that's why I married you because you amazing and you
because I thought
different.
I was beating the system, meaning the holy system, but everything was biblical. God still led me to rip it up. That's a whole nother story.
Whatever the combination of your list is, whatever is on that list, oftentimes it's just things that in your natural mind that you think fits you.
Mhm,
But those lists, or when you look at like what we're talking about, like with quote unquote experts putting people together, it's like it's just looking at my limited understanding of myself.
mhm,
That because because I put it this, it's like I don't know how many hairs are on my head,
right,
and I'm not about to find out either.
right, and it ain't even just the hairs you're born with. If you wear weave, God knows the number of weave hairs on your head because it's you. So he know everything about you.
So he knows how. So you're saying he knows how many hairs you were born with, how many hairs you
You add,
lost,
you
hi-
lost, you
hi-
added,
how many hairs you borrowed,
you borrow, like all of that.
how many hairs you have like removed and thrown in the trash because it was worn out.
Everything. Everything. Every micro atom,
hmm
everything.
So that said, if God knows all those things, and God knows things about the deepest parts of you that you don't either know, don't have the capacity to find out, or just flat out don't remember, what makes you think that you know what's better for you than He does?
'Cause of that flesh.
So about that list,
Yeah.
so you said that your list was biblical
Mhm.
and that you thought you were beating the system.
Mm.
So please elaborate.
So I wanna say I had it might have been 16, maybe 20 things on the list. I don't remember everything, but I remember the very first thing I put on the list was iron sharpens iron. I don't know. God don't love this list. This a model list because it's biblical. I put other things like I feel like the most superficial thing I put, which wasn't really superficial, was a good kisser. And I literally had a scripture for everything. I don't remember the scripture. Um,
Where was it in Song of Solomon?
it was probably I was about to say it was probably somewhere in there. So it was all biblical. I had, like a best friend, somebody who is not afraid or ashamed to like celebrate me publicly. Like, oh, I would like somebody to acknowledge me on social media. He don't have to be as big as me. I don't care if it's maybe like twice, 3 times a year, as long as, occasionally like he's bold. He has no issue like celebrating me and making it known. But that came from a place of I got used to being hidden like past stuff. So I felt like, I want somebody who celebrates me because God celebrates me. But like stuff like that. I mentioned prayer in there. I don't remember everything, but it was all biblical. And I was like, "Ooh, this the one. God ain't gonna have an issue with that. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about my list because it's all biblical. So you can't tell me I'm not gonna have it." And I did get everything on my list, but God still led me to rip it up because what happened was he led me to rip it up the first time. I rewrote it, lost it. I rewrote it again. Something happened the third time. So I kept trying to, he didn't verbally tell me, but I kept trying to get the list again and something kept happening to it. And he finally said, "You wrote the list. It is in alignment with my word, but you don't have to keep rehearsing it. I saw it. It's done. You don't have to keep low key like worshiping it. Like,
Mm,
and he kinda gave me the revelation, everything that on that list is you. So why wouldn't I give you a compliment to that? So pretty much you're gonna have it, like, just leave it alone. You're putting too much attention onto it. So you don't need a list. I got the list. Like, I didn't even need you to have the list. I already
mm,
had a list, like, for you, you know what I'm saying? So I was like,
right.
"Oh, I let it go." Because the thing is, I I might have had preferences in terms of what I wanted physically, but I've never really had a definitive type. I think my type was developed because of the people I was with in the past, the experiences I've had, the trauma. Honestly, that shaped, I don't know, a typical type, but it was never like, he gotta be 6 feet, he gotta, because that's not true. I preferred dark skin, but I wasn't against anything else. So it was just little preferences based on my history, but it was never like, this is what I need. So I believe for me, God was able to do more
Mhm.
because I was open, or I was open. So yeah.
Yeah, well, God was a lot more gracious with you with your list than anything that I had, because I don't like, my list was so much, I wouldn't say foolishness, I just don't remember it.
And I
Yeah.
had horror stories. I've heard horror stories of other lists. So by that point, I already peaked. I already knew. I'm like, I ain't falling for the list trick. If I'm gonna write a list, I'm gonna be biblical. And I thought I was beating the system, but God was like, "No, get rid of that too."
You
Like,
said look, you said horror stories, like, what do people have on their list?
just horror stories in the sense of like a bunch of superficial things. Like, of course, the part of it was a fear that if I put these things that I want, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna be disappointed. So I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna attempt. You know.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
About horror story, that's crazy though, because
Indeed.
because
And look, I've had what I've sorry, I just have to say
no,
this. I've had what I wanted, quote unquote, what I've wanted according to my history. I've had that. And it's like, where did it get me? So it's like at that point I surrendered. I'm like, God, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah,
So I gave up.
yeah, and God blessed me with self-awareness, so as I started to formulate a list, he was like, "This don't benefit you or anybody else."
What was your list?
I mean, like I said, I didn't get that far into it because it's like, 'cause it was just things that I just thought that would help me feel understood and related, like, relatability. But it was more of an aspect of who I was. Like, my list was strongly based on who I was, and just some of, like, the beginning parts of it, less more than who I am, and, like, how I identify myself. Like, pretty much it's like, like, I was really big on, like, like, I'm a HBCU grad, XU, but but I, was really big on, like, like, pretty much just like, yeah, I wanna be with somebody who went to a HBCU so I could relate to them in that experience. So, because like that, because there's things that I'll only be able to talk about with somebody who went to HBCU. And
I mean, I was in an all black middle school.
I mean, look, you don't wanna look.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I'm about to say, 'cause it's like you said middle school, like, I got you beat.
If you don't know, there's an age gap. That's why I say that.
Yeah, you weren't in middle school when I was no, you were in middle school when I was in college, or when I started college.
I know it's
When
like,
Yeah, yes.
sorry. This how I really am, y'all.
It's
Okay.
yeah, I lost my train
But
of
yeah, if that was the case, that one of the things, like you said on your list, then obviously we wouldn't be together if that was
yeah,
'cause that ain't me. I
right.
actually went to a
Y
predominantly white university.
Yeah, and so, I mean, there was that, and it was just like it really wasn't anything that deep because I can't remember anything beyond that. I know that I probably got into like 2 or 3 things
Yeah.
before it was like that I just kinda go like, "Bruh, stop." Like, there are better uses of your time.
And making a list.
Like, go do something else. And I went and did something else, and then I just started to focus on not even so much myself, because I think that when I initially became single
Mm,
and went into that place of, like, wanting to, figure out, okay, what I wanted going forward is like that I did have, like, a super strong focus on myself.
yeah.
Like, obviously, I have kids, so I was focused on them, but pretty much everything else was like, "What do I like? What am I interested in? What do
That's
I
important.
want?" And all of these different things. but so when it comes to like, really, like, kinda come up with the list, it's like, "Bro, you are not done learning yourself."
And what's so beautiful about that, I actually heard somebody say this a few years ago, when God brings a covenant partner spouse to you, he's not just looking at who you are now, he's looking at you at 80.
Mhm.
Like, he's seeing every phase of your life and how this person fits into every phase. Like, he's looking long term. Like, this is the person who's really gonna end up taking care of you or whatever
Right.
the case may be, and we're just looking at the here and now, and this is
Yeah.
what I want, this is what I need. We're gonna go through so many changes. He sees everything.
Yeah, and one of the blessings with you is that when I met you, that I had, like, almost just, like, this immediate awareness and revelation of how you fit.
Mm,
Like, I can, like, I very quickly saw the fit,
mm,
like, and even just, like, talking, like, 2023,
mhm,
like, I could see you fitting into my life there, and obviously, I see you fitting into my life now. I mean, that just continuing to fit,
mm,
'cause, um 'cause, like I said, it's like there was so many things that I needed time to kind of learn about myself and really and honestly come to accept about myself.
mhm.
'Cause, cause by the time I met you, I was like, I was no longer running, but I was still kinda jogging.
Yeah, I was too in my own way.
Like, like, I was no longer running from the things God was calling me to do, but I was like, maybe if I just keep moving, like, maybe if I don't move as fast away from it, He'll leave me alone.
Mm,
'Cause I'm not moving as fast away from it, so it's like,
yeah,
ooh. But I feel like the more that I just came to know myself and really just got to an acceptance of things, that I could really see very clearly, okay, like, so this is how she fits here. Like, this is where her heart is. Like, she's not a timid person and this, that, and that. So it's just like different things that I could just see kind of like fitting together and really working out, not even just in terms of like my personality,
mhm,
'cause, like, personality is, like, that's a whole subjective thing, and we be trying to pigeonhole ourselves into a personality
yeah,
when it's more than that. It's like things that make me laugh isn't my personality, it's just things I find funny.
yeah. I
'Cau
might not find it funny 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah, and so, I mean, but so it's like just so many things that I just think that as I gotten to know myself and that when I met you, I was in a really good place with that. That
Mhm,
that I had a very clear understanding of who I was. But that clear understanding of who I was, at least at that stage, was based on me being single.
yeah,
So God was like, look, there are some things that you need to be prepared for with this woman. Like, there are some things that you have done all the healing that you can do by yourself in. So when it feels a little like when you feel friction,
mhm.
that's the iron.
It's like, that's the
Mhm.
first thing you put on your list, see?
Like, that's the iron. Like, you feel friction, it's like that's iron sharpening iron.
See, like, homegirl didn't know what she was doing when she put that on her list. She didn't know what she was writing. "Oh, this the iron this sharpens iron, right?
Yeah,
Hey, you said this, right, daughter?"
yeah, because
Yeah.
because when we think about iron sharpening iron, like, we tend not to think of it like involving friction. You just think like, "Oh, I make you better, you make me better."
And that's what I put, like, the iron sharpens iron, that was the verse, but I had put something along the lines of, because I felt like the people I was with in the past, whether I felt like I was their mama or I just felt like I was always bringing them up, bringing them along, and I'm like, "No, I actually want somebody who is ahead of me spiritually. I want a real spiritual leader. I want somebody who knows the word more than me. I want somebody to help me. I don't want to feel like I'm, like, always pulling them up, like, it's exhausting, and some people are graced for that. No, not to that at all, but for me, I'm like, that was something that I wanted, and then I used iron sharpens iron because I knew I had a lot to offer as well, and I'm like, I've never had somebody to be on that same level or greater, so that's where that came
Mhm.
from, and I got that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause and just even in that, I feel like just like when we met, it's like you were at least I felt like you were better at, like, like having scripture and just, like, knowing exactly what it is, knowing what it says. Whereas, like, pretty much it's like and this is something that I feel like I've gotten much better at over the years,
Mm,
but for me, it was like, I know what's in the Bible, and I am pretty sure what's not. I'm not
mm,
like, I'm not always gonna be able to tell you exactly where it's at, but I know where it's at. So, that's so pretty much it's like if there was a specific story of Jesus, I'm like, don't ask me which gospel it's in, but I know it's there. Like I know if I scroll through one of these four books of the Bible, I'ma find it. But I think that being with you has really like just kind of like altered that. But it made me really just have like, like this deeper hunger, like this big, like my appetite for the word increased.
that's how you know this is the right person.
Yeah, because it's like, because don't get me wrong, I was already in my word. I was already, like I was already like leading small groups and this, that, and the third. So it's like I was doing things that required me to intentionally go through the word.
Yeah.
But it's like, but even though the word as a whole
Mhm.
penetrated my heart. There was like, there was no like individual word that I'm like, okay, I sit on this or I stand on this. It's like, or that it was just like, it was just things I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Because for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
And meanwhile, I've grown very knowledgeable in the kingdom of darkness, how the spiritual realm works, spiritual spouses, just all these demonic principalities, renouncing, denouncing. I grew knowledgeable in all of that. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this man, like meaning you, don't realize how hard I went to war to break off a spiritual spouse that I had, break off familiar spirits, just generational stuff. I felt like I had to break off so much before I can even get connected to you. And then you come and it's just like, yo, I feel like I just got done putting my sweat, blood in tears, like praying for 12 hours. Me and my girls, we prayed for 12 hours, just breaking off so much stuff and you just walked in. And I'm like, I don't know, women, we go to war.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the enemy tried his hardest to prevent me from getting to you, because that's another thing too. So it's like I was humbled when I met you because, like you said, you might have not been fully there when you met me, but then we got together and the hunger increased. It's like sometimes you have to walk things out by grace and allow your spouse to grow, not that he is not or she is not what you want or she's not fitting what God promised you. It's just, I saw end result to my husband before I met you. Like I saw you in the spirit realm. And it was a completed work, which makes perfect sense because God sees us at our highest. He sees us at our best. So that's what he showed me, and he brought me you, and it's like the person that he brings you might not have everything developed right then and there. You're not gonna get everything right then and there. That's gonna be cultivated over time, like in covenant. Just you have to realize that and be patient and not think, you could be missing out on your blessing because he ain't. the complete thing, like, right now, but, like, are you the complete thing? No, I'm still not.
right? And and then that's not to say that, fellas, that y'all don't need to have some level of your stuff together. Like,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
but but it is, so it's just understanding that there is a level of grace that's really required to like really step into relationships. And there's a lot of things that that you have to realize, that I think that no matter how good you are by yourself, that you become better together. But there's a process in that.
Yeah,
Because the word says that you become one flesh.
you become, yep, you
Yeah,
don't go straight to the promised land.
right. Like you don't just like, you don't just say I do and then just like you're just perfectly one flesh. It's like, no, there's like some friction, there's some learning, there's some unlearning, there's some secret things that come back to your remembrance, or there's some things that you thought you've been fully delivered from, and then you just like,
Yeah,
you mean to tell me that I got to deal with this again?
triggers come up, all of that.
Right. And then not to mention that it's like you have to, like, you get put in this place of like, you almost have to remember not just who and what you're dealing with, but then also it's like, you're not who I've been with.
Right, that's the important thing.
You're not who I've been with. And even if I have a moment like, well, you sound a lot like them, that I don't get so fixated on what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's
Me
new to me.
because it's like, cause like you said, like, you can miss a whole lot of good stuff if you're super deeply focused on stuff that really is nothing. That, like how Solomon was saying in Ecclesiastes, like, that's the most of the stuff we be worried about is just vapor. It's just like people like to translate that into like, oh, so it's meaningless. No, not exactly. It's just that it's going to pass away. That all of this stuff has a meaning. It's just that some of the stuff that we try to assign meaning to isn't as significant as we want it to be.
No, that's true. Because let me tell you what is significant. If you have a close relationship with your parents, can you see yourself with somebody comforting you when your parents die? When all is said and done, the kids are grown, you're much older, family, people that you knew, like, people start dying off. Do you see yourself, like, leaning on this person when it gets to a point to where they're really all that you have? And it's like, "Yes, I do." When it's all said and done,
Mm,
in the end, it's you.
yeah. You see, that's the deep stuff I be talking about. Cause
Like, I know I can lean on you. I'm not gonna, like, spaz out. Like, yeah, grief, we all experience grief, but this is the
Mhm.
this is really my ride or die. My ride and
Mm.
live.
Yeah,
Sorry.
ride or fly or
Ride or fly, ride and live.
because I mean,
Ride and raptured. Who put that on a shirt? Ride and my ride and raptured.
right,
'Cause
like,
we always say that. It's how we gonna get raptured together.
right, cause like ride or die, like, why are we dying?
Exactly, we don't gotta die, like,
Like,
Jesus did that, like, we don't have to do we're already in eternal life.
right, exactly. It's like, look,
We don't gotta do that.
it's like it said, the wages of sins are death, and look, I'm trying to live righteously,
Right, right,
and understand that it's like whatever those wages are, Jesus paid them.
he did.
Like, he may not have paid off my student loans, but he paid for my sin.
He did. Listen, we ain't gonna talk about the student loans. But, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, this your person when you can ask yourself that you can really spend the rest of your life, like, at the end, I'm okay with, like, just you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think that's the thing, because it's like, it's something that I really I say all the time, that, that I feel like I experience God's love through you, and in a very real and consistent way.
Yeah.
that, that God's love is steadfast and consistent. So in turn, that it's God's love when it feels consistent.
Mhm.
That, that
It was
it
consistent.
yes.
Sorry, this might be an off-topic thing.
Um,
'Cause we've had our hiccups, and I'll be humble, open, and transparent. Um, I'll be transparent enough to say that looking at him as a mirror and just triggers and things like that, there have been, a few times where I have allowed my emotions to lead me. And so it's pleasant to hear that. Even in my growth, even in all my hiccups and my strengths and my weaknesses, for you to still see that and feel that way. So thank you. I just wanted to say that.
no, I think that it's like sometimes look, like we're human. We're human, so we recognize our moments. You could try.
But to heaven.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a threat. Like let's
You know what I mean.
yeah. Look,
It's pleasant to hear that. They
yes,
just love you for who you are. He love me, y'all.
I do.
I love you.
I love you. But well, I mean, but
Get you a kiss on camera.
kiss him.
Sorry.
We can kiss on camera.
Sorry,
Don't
I'm
label
just
yourself
say
permission. That's crazy. That permission is an interesting word as an adult, ain't it?
no, it is interesting.
But I don't even remember what I was saying.
I'm sorry. I feel
No,
like
oh no, you're good. That's what you're here for.
but the last thing you said,
Yes.
when you have somebody consistent in God's love through me.
Yeah, so I feel like your love is consistent in a way that that pretty much that even in those moments that you describe, I don't feel like you're changing up on me. I don't feel like you're like threatening. I don't feel like you're like going to like that it comes with a suggestion that like I don't have to be here. I'm gonna leave you. Like it's none of that. But so in turn, but and honestly, even in those moments,
Mhm.
like, and I think it goes both ways. Like, like I might have a moment that I sit in my car and I just want to like, yeah, like Lord, this woman you gave me. And then it's like as soon as I'm like, Lord, you won't believe what she said. And then like and God's like, but did you or are you or have you like like I get to a place where I'm being reminded of, like kind of a mirror. It is like, okay, so she said this, but why are you offended? So pretty much it's like so like don't sit here and just like keep it simple as like, okay, but because what she said is offensive. Why does that offend you?
Hmm.
So it's like so I really have to like search myself. I really have to look at myself. I have to, and really be willing to go back and apologize. Like at those moments that my man, you won't believe it. Like, yeah, I was, like, that I was tripping. Like, I be tripping. Like, I don't think I trip as hard as a lot of people because I'm like, what is this revealing about me? Like, what is this showing me about myself? Like, like I want to be mad about this, that, and that, but it's like, what is that unhealed thing that this is forcing me to confront? What is that thing that um I've been trying to deal with by myself that this requires me to like really lean into the presence of God to handle. So it's like all of these different things that, like you said, marriage is a mirror because it continues to like reveal things about you. But it's like, but it's also like kind of like, like what is it, Marcus D. Wiley? Like, like that called it like surgery.
Yeah.
That pretty much there's layers that's being peeled back. There's things that are being cut off. There's things that are being sewn and mended and brought back together. That there's all of these things that are happening
Mhm.
through marriage.
Mhm.
It's really amazing how you just kind of like go through these different processes, and sometimes like really starts. It may start with tearing up your list,
Yeah.
but whatever the case may be, it comes with like a level of intentionality. It comes with a level of like that worldly logic says that I have these options,
Mhm.
but as for me in my house, there's just things that I will not allow to be discussed as an option.
Mhm.
So instead of looking at like, oh, I can just, you can just what, go into the other room. Like that pretty much it. It's like you could just go like, yeah. It's like no, you're not just going to get up and like leave.
Yeah.
And if you leave, it's like I'm coming home.
Yeah.
There's no like, like the only permanent end to this is when we go on to glory where there is neither husband nor wife.
Right. Just
What?
my brother.
Don't say that. She said it all the time, but and see, I never like I don't co-sign on stuff being weird, but for whatever reason, that part is weird to me.
It's not weird to me.
I,
I'm
I,
just a I'm just a child
it's all good. It's all good.
in my heart. But no, you're right. I agree with that. No, and honestly, the reality is, of course, technically, there are legalities you go through if you wanna leave, but for real, stop playing games.
Exactly.
Technically, yes, you do have a choice, but don't be stupid. Like,
Right.
what you wanna be stupid for?
Right. Because you have a choice, but in recognizing that you have a choice, that you have also that means that you have the choice to commit to get to the root of the issue
Mhm.
to put on your big boy pants
Yeah.
and really or your big girl skirt
Yeah.
and just have conversation about it.
Yeah.
To be honest about it, to open up and like really get to whatever the root is. And just even realizing that it's like that you have the ability to like lean on other people to get information, to gain knowledge. Like we have friends that are like literally that just finished like premarital counseling that that's giving us very practical things that it's kind of like that if you get too deep in marriage,
Mhm.
you get so focused on everything going on in marriage that you kind of lose sight of like those very practical things. Like you hear like, you mean to tell me that that there's just that we can just apologize?
Right? We can just yeah, and just say what we're thankful for,
Hmm.
and that's it. That's all it takes.
Right, because it's like just remembering. It's like I've talked about this recently on the pod, but it's like Thanksgiving invites God,
Mhm.
and I think that in turn it's like when we express gratitude and thanksgiving towards one another, like just as it changes our vision and how we see situations that we're praying to God about, it also helps us change how we see one another. Like
It does.
it fixes our it fixes our gaze to realize that our marriage is bigger than this disagreement.
It is.
It is stronger than this disagreement. And
It
and,
is.
and that if we really get to the root of it, that it's not that that the disagreement is nothing, but all we needed to do is just take the time to understand each other.
Yeah.
So, you got anything that you would like to add, Mrs. Heath?
No, it just I appreciate you allowing me to be here and share more of myself on your platform. It's truly an honor. I don't take it lightly. I love being a part of things that God is doing through you. And it's an honor that you want me to be a part of that. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm thankful and grateful that you're here. That I really enjoy just having conversations with you anywhere, anytime, whatever the case may be. So, and anytime that I can do the things that God is telling me to do, but also cultivate and grow my marriage at the
Mhm.
same time, that's a win. So I'm supremely thankful and honored that you sat down next to me.
Right.
So on that note, her socials are findable on my page. I'll tag them somewhere.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, official_Jess Michelle. Follow me on TikTok at Jess Michelle. Facebook is Jessica Heath, parentheses Jay, because you're going to see a lot of Jessica Heath. So put Jessica Heath, parentheses Jay, and then,
Are you going to see a lot of Jessica Heath?
oh no.
I mean, you're the only one I know,
I don't know.
or you're the only one I've seen.
I don't know.
I'm gonna just
It's a lot of people on Facebook.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
you can also I do have a website, sharetheglow.com. You'll find my book, you'll find my podcast. I'm not really active on it anymore, but I do have Share the Glow podcast where I kind of talked about all the prayers in my book. So you can always go back and listen to that and pray those prayers. So it's always relevant. So yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
So that is my amazing wife, my good thing. Yeah, my the like God had to take the best rib I had to make this one.
Chose me. I was chosen. He found me.
Hmm. But yes, this is my wife, Jessica Michelle Heath,
Yeah. So period.
and I am Anthony Nathan Heath II. This has been God is Laughing at Us, the podcast.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you.
You know, enjoy y'all day, week, night, morning, whatever.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, click the thumbs up. You know, you yeah, do all of those things like she said. I'll be forgetting to tell y'all to do that, but but yes, I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate feedback. You know, like if somebody out there is binging this, stay strong.
God bless you. Thank you for the support.
Yes, but yeah, I love y'all.
Love you.
Peace.
Peace from the heat.